Part 1. Chapter 1.
PJ Wallis, is that really you? And what the hell are you wearing?
Screamed Suzette as she came barreling into the loft, followed by a posse of Pandy's 12 closest girlfriends. "I'm back!" Pandy shrieked, removing the silver sequin cardboard top hat from her head and giving a little bow. Suzette grabbed her around the shoulders, and they jumped up and down like 10-year-olds. "I need a drink," Megan announced. "These divorce parties make me nervous. What if it happens to me?"
It will inevitably happen to you, and then you will get one of these.
Suzette thrust her left hand under Megan's nose so she could get a closer look at the large yellow stone.
10 carats. Unfortunately, the guy who comes with it is 80 and has liver spots. But if he wants to pretend he's younger than he is, who am I to object?
"But you're not young either," Megan pointed out. "You're nearly—" "Shh!" Suzette glared at Megan as Pandy, right on cue, cooed at the ring in wonder. "You're engaged?"
Not all of us have been under a rock for the past 2 years.
Suzette quipped as the elevator doors opened and 6 more women spilled out. "Champagne in the bathtub, cupcakes in the kitchen, cigarettes in the living room," Pandy said by way of greeting. "What about cock? Do we get cock in the bedroom?" One of the women screamed, sending the others into peals of nervous laughter.
"Do you think Jonny thought you spent too much time working?"
asked Angie. Pandy laughed and put her arm around Angie's slight shoulders. "Of course I spent too much time working," she said loudly, as much for herself as for the benefit of the crowd. What woman isn't forced to spend too much time working these days? And if men don't like it, too bad. If you're in a relationship with me, I come with a career, just like Jonny came with his career. "And all those restaurants," Nancy interjected, breezing by. Pandy smiled stiffly. "He doesn't actually own those restaurants." "Do you just totally hate him right now?" Amanda was on the verge of a gossip orgasm. "Let's just say I will never do that again." The elevator door opened, and another gaggle of women rushed out.
"Pandy!"
Portia screamed. "Look at you! You're so brave, standing there in that skin-tight silver dress and looking like a goddess." "Is it true?" shrieked Brittany. "I heard he tried to get money out of you from Monica." "How could he do that? He didn't even know you when you started writing Monica." "Ladies, please," Pandy addressed her rapt audience. "When it comes to divorce, what's fair and logical is the first thing that goes right out the window. Jonny was threatening to go after the rights to Monica. He thought I'd be so terrified he might get them, I'd give him the loft instead."
"So what did you give him?"
Portia chirped.
"Not the loft, and certainly not Monica." "You gave him money, didn't you?" Suzette scolded. "Oh, I knew this would happen. Didn't I tell you this would happen?"
She looked around at the women closest to her, who nodded.
"I predicted this," she continued. "I said, Pandy is such a softie, you just watch. She'll end up giving him all her money."
For a moment, Pandy grimaced. If only her friends knew how true that was. But hopefully, with the success of her new book, no one would need to know the truth about anything, including her marriage. "But he's got tons of his own money," Megan cried. "Not as much as you'd think," Nancy chimed in. "Those chefs have all their income tied up in the real estate for their restaurants." "Do you think he was having an affair?" Angie asked breathlessly. Pandy smiled queasily. Angie was the most naive of her friends. Surely she'd heard the rumors of Jonny's infidelities. But Pandy had already had quite a bit of champagne, and feeling puckish, she said, "Let me put it this way. If he wasn't having an affair, it wasn't from lack of trying." She guffawed loudly. The party had officially begun.